I read in the news every day, Fauzi, SA is having a rental crisis.
Yes.
Yes. Is this something that you 100% agree on? Thank you for joining our chat session today with the Adelaide Malay Association. Today we have a special guest, Fouzi from FAR Realtor. Thank you, Fouzi, for making the time joining us today.
Thank you, Azri, for inviting me. Alhamdulillah.
It's always a pleasure. Our other guest, Lisa, is joining us today to share her experience as a homeowner and potential property investor.
Thank you, Azri, for having me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa, for joining.
No worries.
So, Fouzi, we'd like to ask you about your venture, FAR Realtor. Can you tell us more about it?
First thing I noticed, Azri, I think you've been stalking me.
Yes,
on
indeed.
my Facebook and all.
On LinkedIn as well.
It's inspired.
Okay, what started me as to do this business, kan? It's actually when I first came to Adelaide, that was in 2017. Because I'm actually retired, kan? So when you are retired, you're wanting to do something. So I met a couple of people who's doing real estate, and it was what they call themselves an institute. Yeah. So I joined them. Then I got my license, full license, from Queensland and also from South Australia. So double license actually.
Yes.
So that's what I started with my FARrealtor.com. FAR Realtor, if you can see, FAR is my initials, Fouziah Abdul Rashid. So that's how I started. That was in October last year. Okay. So now it's 1 year.
Congratulations, 1 year anniversary.
Yes, fantastic.
So, yeah, it started also as wanting to help people.
Exactly.
I don't know why, because it's like when you have that intention, it makes things clearer.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes, the business is there. You need to make money from the business because of the setup. It's quite a huge amount of money to set up a business. But yes, when people come forward and ask you for help, and you say, yes, it is my responsibility to help you. Even at this point, I'm the only one person in the company, okay? I'm a sole trader. I don't know how much people or how many people I can help. So at this moment, I'm very full. Very full.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so it's like what I do is basically, as you know, it's a real estate agent. Real estate agent, you can be a buyer's agent, you can be a seller's agent, you can even be a rental agent.
I see.
Okay, so my function, I diverse throughout. But I focus on buying a buyer's agent because I feel that particular section is not filled up to an extent.
Yes.
For example, buyer's agent is started in US. There's also a lot in Europe, but in South Australia or even Australia itself, it started about 5 years ago.
I see.
So that function is quite new. So whenever people ask me, say, why would I use a buyer's agent? I can just go by myself and buy. You know, that kind of thing. So I hope today we can clarify things and see why you should use buyer agent and be relaxed about the whole process.
Yes,
that's
fantastic,
true.
fantastic, Fauzi. And as part of my stalking work, if you don't mind. So I was reading your website. It is well done, minimalist in nature. You've got all the important information, your contact info, your picture as well. Yes. And what intrigued me is you've got 35 years of experience in various industries. What was your past experience before?
When I was young, I think I started in banking.
Yes.
I was with Standard Chartered Bank in Kuala Lumpur.
I see.
Then I joined telecommunication.
Yes.
So telecommunication in Celcom. The last one, it was with Celcom. Previous was with Maxis, then Celcom. Then with all those companies, what I do best is managing people and people skill.
Yes.
So that is what I really like, and that has been part of my real estate experience.
I see.
So it just builds nicely.
Correct.
And it's just that. And I like talking to you too.
Absolutely,
so
Oh, fantastic.
So it's nothing. It's like having a conversation with a friend. So in real estate also, I make it in such a point that you talk to me first rather than you engage me as an agent. Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes. And on that topic, Lisa,
Yes.
if we can get maybe a little bit of your, sharing
Yeah,
experience
sure.
with regards to your property acquisition,
Okay.
your first property.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, run us through.
Oh, okay, sure. So clearly, my husband and myself, we purchased our first home. I think like 2 years ago, 2000.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah, we
Mhm.
purchased the land and then we built up for a year. And at the end of 2021, that's where we will move in.
It's a new build.
Yeah, it's a new build.
New
Yes,
build.
that's correct. So clearly back then when we were looking, our main criteria
Mm.
is location.
Yeah.
Because my daughter is going to high school. So I want her to be very near to me at where I work. So that it's logistic. It's just logistic. So that she comes with me and then even she finishes school, she can come to my office and then at the end of the day, we can just go back together. Perhaps I'm a bit a clingy mom, perhaps. I want my children to be around me. So clearly because of it needs to be near to my workplace and clearly both my husband and myself, we were in the city. So the location and the price can be a bit a challenge.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
back then we speak and talk around with some friends who have experience purchasing a house, and we do realize the very first thing that I would say everyone suggests would be getting a broker, or perhaps just speak to someone at the bank so that you can get that pre-approval loan amount to be known.
That would be the first thing any buyer
Should
get
do.
pre-approval.
Yes,
see.
so that at
Yeah.
least we know the capacity,
Yes,
isn't
your
it?
budget.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it's up to me, I guess every house is my dream house.
Of course.
But clearly we need to be realistic, isn't it? We need to be
Yeah.
practical. We need to be realistic. So, yeah, I think that's what we did first. We go with the broker. We get actually we went to the bank first, and of course the amount that they've given to us, we were like, oh, is this really what we can afford? So, but the thing is, of course, myself and my husband, we don't have enough time to do our own research, right? So to go to every bank to seek for the advice, to seek for this information. I guess the information might be out there, but it's just that we also like full-time working
Yeah, of
and
course.
full-time children, 2 children. So sometimes our time is so occupied. So I think someone suggested to us to get a broker.
Yes,
Then the broker
yes.
will help us. That person really helped us a lot
Yeah.
to, find all this important information, letting us know the option that we have.
Yeah,
If we
a
go with this
broker
bank,
usually gives you an option of the bank.
yes, exactly. And
it's four.
what
5,
product that they can offer us, isn't it,
Yes.
with variable? Because I have no idea, honestly, prior to that, like what's the
Yeah.
difference between variable loan, fixed loan.
Yeah.
So having the broker to answer all these questions, technically, I think it helps
Yes,
a lot.
yes.
So that will be the first phase. And then the second phase will be, yes, because us, we wanted the location. So back then, my only resource that I have will be the website, real estate website.
Yeah.
And then we went a lot of inspection to just see, whether that location is something that we're comfortable with. And then, of course, the price range as well, because we have done the pre-approval. We know our
Yeah.
capacity, our max. But of course, again, we don't want to use all of that pre-approval amount because so that we can use for other purpose. But I realized back then, because going to all this open inspection is very time consuming.
Yes.
Very
It's
time
very
consuming.
stressful.
Yes, stressful, and then also like very time consuming in the sense sometimes some of their timing for the inspection is clashing with our commitment with work, our commitment with the children. But having said that, back then, because I think I'm very desperate in a way, we are very desperate because clearly we need to get the house before my daughter goes to high school. And then of course most schools said you have to be in the zone at least for 6 months before or 1 year before. You have to prove, right, that evidence that you're in the zone. So so due to that, hence the time is ticking. So I'm quite desperate back then. So to the extent I went to almost every inspection within that location. That's within our budget. And then at the end, we start building up relationship with the agent that doing the inspection, because most of the time, because it's within the same location, it's end up with the same with the same agent. So due to that, we're building that relationship with them. We've been going so many times to multiple locations. So one of the agent is kind enough to let us know this one property that's not even advertised yet.
Off market. They call it
yes,
off market.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's off market. That's true. It's off market.
Yeah.
So that's how we get to this location. Clearly, it's not my dream house yet, but alhamdulillah, at least it fulfill what our needs at the moment.
Yeah.
At least it's tick most of the box. It's tick for the location within our budget, and it's good enough for two children. Ourselves, we need a home office, so it's good enough in that sense. But hopefully, moving forward, maybe we can get to our dream home someday. And that might bring me to my other question after this.
Yes, fantastic. Following into
Yes.
that, Lisa,
Yes.
Fouzi, you mentioned there's buyer's agent,
Yep.
seller's agent,
Yep.
rental agent.
Yep.
Yes.
So if we are looking for an investment property,
Mhm.
where would it fit?
Oh, of course, the buyer's agent.
Buyer's
lah,
agent
kan?
lah. Yeah.
Investment property would okay. There's two ways of doing this. You can be a first home. You have your home already, then you're looking for investment.
Yeah.
Or you can be renting,
Yes.
and you are looking for investment.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
There is an option to do that. Some
Right.
people say, I'm renting. I don't think I can afford to buy a home now and move into the home.
Yeah.
You can
You can
buy an investment property,
first.
and yet you are renting.
Oh,
You can do that.
Okay.
We called it rent vesting.
Rent
Oh.
vesting. Oh.
That's a new one.
Rent vesting. Yes.
So you can do that too.
I see.
So it's all on you. Yeah?
Mm.
What a buyer's agent would do is help you to really decide for you where are you, what you want to do, how long it is, that kind of thing. That doesn't cost anything.
Right.
You just need to have coffee with me or something like that. And once you decide what to do, then we can go into an agreement.
I see. I see.
That's how it works.
Fantastic. Yes.
So perhaps since we're talking about investment, right?
Correct.
So currently at the moment, like myself and my husband, we have our own
Yeah.
live-in first home property.
Yeah.
But of course, moving forward, we might be interested to purchase second property.
Yeah.
And currently, I think our main purpose of the second property is for investment.
Mhm.
But we're going to stay a while in current house because of the location for the kids' school.
Yeah.
So what would be your recommendation for
Oh.
someone like us for the very first time interested to
Off
buy
my
investment?
head,
Yes.
usually I would recommend you to get an apartment,
Okay.
a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, or something like that.
Yep.
To get your portfolio, to
Build your
start
portfolio. Okay.
process your portfolio, because in Australia, the whole of Australia, people who has more than 3 houses is only about 20%, I think, or 30%.
Yeah.
So there's not many people out there who's doing this.
I see.
Okay.
So I could really recommend that having a property is the best investment.
Okay.
Okay, it's not like of course if you put money inside the bank, it's also an investment, right? But the top investment way of doing is having a property. Yeah.
So would it be like for the first time when I buy my home? Clearly, location is my main criteria, right?
Yeah.
Because of the kids'
because
needs.
you have the kids,
yeah. But would you think for my second property as investment, should location still be the main criteria, or would you suggest something
I would
else?
suggest the same thing, but
Okay.
again, if you want to have a house or an apartment,
Yep.
it depends on you. Yeah,
Yep.
that's your decision.
Uh-huh.
And then because you must look whether there is rental yield.
Okay.
Yes.
Rental yield means how you calculate rental yield is rental for a whole year divided by the amount of property. That's a percentage, which must be more than the interest you're paying.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Azri
Yes,
knows
this
much better
Mr.
because he's a banker. So, if you want to have an investment property, it has to be in that category so that you will not be paying out of your pocket.
Right.
And
Yes.
people
yes,
say,
yes.
what's the word? They say bleeding.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the other thing that you really need to get some good recommendation from an agent rather
Yeah.
than you go yourself.
Yep. Okay.
Unless you are an agent
I
Yep.
see.
No.
and
No.
you
Not
have
in
had
this
a
situation.
few property that you have had experience with,
Yep.
then it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
So-
will be able to, as a buyer's agent, you will be able to advise
Yes.
people like myself, for example, looking for second
Yeah.
property.
And
Which
based,
area?
Based on your pre-approval again.
Yes, of course. But which area will be having that good
yes,
rental
yes,
yield? Okay.
Yes, it could be around schools where if you say I want a house,
Mhm.
so it could be around good school.
Good school location. Yeah. Okay.
the best that I've heard so far. But I'm not going to name the suburb,
Of
right?
course. That's up to you if you would like to share with
so
our viewers.
it has to be around a good school, kan? The house. But even it's apartment, you can even look whether it's new uni,
Yeah.
things like that, uni campus and all. That is very good income actually.
Oh, okay. So that helps with getting future tenants.
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
okay.
I can tell you even like apartment near uni is like 1 week it'll just go off.
Wow.
Right.
There's no gap in not being rented.
I see.
There's no gap.
So that means that the one in the CBD then, because uni.
Yeah, but
we have 2 units in the city.
We do have other
campuses
as well,
like,
campus,
yeah.
Flinders or
Flinders
even
and
Mosang.
Mosang, yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean to be in CBD because probably CBD apartments would be so much more expensive if you compare to the ones that's a bit outskirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it will be similar process like with the first
similar process.
So you go with the pre-approval first.
Yes.
Then seek help from the business. Buyer's agent, right?
Buyer's agent.
Okay, understood.
But if you want to do by yourself, I can't say no. You
No. I don't think with the time that we have between my husband and I think that's why we're looking for this option. But we want to understand a little bit more what does buyer's agent offer, and rather than we're going on our, because clearly with buying our first property.
If you see when buying a house, even though it's a first house or a second house, you get so excited, right?
Correct.
Yes, but at the same time very scared
excited.
too. For me, it's more on scared. I'm very stressed because I'm going to a place that I never done before, and I don't know what was the rules. So it's a lot of,
and then you can't see things.
Yeah, you can't
see things clearly. So being a buyer agent is going to be the second pair of eyes for you.
Okay, that's good.
That's a good point.
So that we can look for you.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You have someone to rely on.
Yes,
so that's good.
Yes. And not be stressful and be emotional about it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep,
emotions.
that's true.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's true.
Yes, fantastic. I read in the news every day, Fouzi, SA is having a rental crisis.
Yes.
Is this something that you 100% agree on?
I agree 100%. Yep. Because what you say, the demand. The demand is more than the supply or the stock. I can tell you, and landlords, this is their time actually. Being a landlord is the best time right now.
I see.
Okay.
So there's no gap in people. They say the house is vacant for a week. There's no gap like that anymore. People are coming almost immediately. Yeah. So that's. I think most probably because of migrants are coming in.
Correct.
People are coming from overseas and all these things.
Yes.
With the change of visas and all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you were to have a potential client that is not in Adelaide at the moment, so this family
You're
might
talking about rental.
but rental,
Okay.
might be overseas.
Yeah.
What would be your recommendation for them to prepare to look for a house place to
In
stay?
rental for your mention in South Australia.
Yeah.
The documentation is huge.
Documentation.
Because when you're coming from overseas, you don't have a rental history.
Yeah, correct.
When you don't have that, then the rental agent will look, this one is not a good potential one. So just put it aside. Because he would have like 20 people who's in the queue.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So you coming in, it's like, what's my chances like?
Yes.
So what I recommend is people who's coming in, you must have at least 2 months before.
2 months before.
Preparation.
Yeah.
For you to come in to get that house, to go, let's say from the airport, you want straight to go into the house, right? 2 months is, for now, 2 months is good enough.
2 months.
Because documentation, your bank statement, your salary slip, yes, you can use whatever it is from the other country.
Correct.
You don't need to have the ones in Australia.
Right.
Yeah, because you're not here yet.
Yes, you're not here yet.
Of course.
So
Exactly.
I would be the one who's representing you
Very
to be
good.
talking
Very
to
good
the
person.
rental agent.
That's fantastic.
So that's what I do for some of my clients.
So with the paperwork
That's
just
good.
now, you mentioned about bank statement, pay slip. Is there anything else that they might need?
A whole list.
A whole list.
I give you, I think, about number 10.
I see.
Because for me, I also ask for the family picture.
Yeah.
Because The landlord here, it's all decision is made by the landlord, right?
Oh,
It's not by the
okay.
agent.
I
Yeah?
see.
Right.
So the landlord will look at your application here. Maybe he has shortlisted. The agent has given it to him like shortlisted five applicants.
Yeah.
Let's say. All this file like that. Then suddenly this one got a picture of the family all smiling back at you.
Yes,
See, they can
Say,
visualize.
exactly.
Oh, this
They can
looks like a
visualize.
very good potential
Ah,
renter for me. So that
understood.
kind of thing. So I
Right.
make it a little bit different.
Different approach.
If not, you can't fight the whole 20 people who's in the queue. It's quite hard.
Yes, understood.
Yeah.
Yes, and would you be able to share some of your success stories with us?
Success story so far. I have a couple of buyers.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I'm only 1 year old.
That's okay.
That's okay.
And then I think currently the rental clients that's coming to about 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
That's it.
basically
number.
I just help them because they don't know the
through.
process
Mm,
and they can't get through,
Get through the
because they're not here.
they're not here.
Because the rental agent will say, no, I can't accept your application because you're not here.
I see.
To that extent.
Wow.
And here, you have to do inspection first,
Of course.
and then you put in your application.
Mm.
Because those people out there, they just put application in.
I see.
So it's straight to the bin.
Straight to the bin, yeah? Oh, no consideration.
No consideration.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yeah,
tough.
it is.
It's
And it's
easy.
very sad.
Yeah, understood.
So every time I get a successful
Yes.
home, I
Yes.
get so excited.
Yes,
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so Lisa, do you have any final statements, final words, final questions you'd
Final
like to ask
questions.
our esteemed guests?
I think at the moment, some of my question has been answered, especially like, why would be better perhaps to seek for a buyer's agent services rather than we're doing it on our own. So as you said, you can assist us in a certain areas that we're not aware of, especially with, I think questions like grants. Especially if you're a first home buyer, we wouldn't know that we have that threshold, because again, I'm talking this from my experience with my husband. When we
So did you get a grant?
unfortunately, we wouldn't, because because back then I think the threshold was 575, and our contract is beyond that amount. So
I see.
unfortunately, we missed that. So, but again, if we have someone perhaps could advise us back then, maybe we could make a different decision, perhaps. But again, as I said, like back then, I would say, as I said, I'm very desperate for the location, and I have that timeline that we need to buy a house before a certain year, because to make sure that my daughter can secure that place. But I guess it wouldn't harm us if back then we have someone who could advise us, saying that, look, the grant, you can only get it if the house price is below this 575. Then if we have that, maybe we could make a decision differently. So yes.
I have something to share. Because I am associated with the Buyers Agent Institute in New South Wales. So we have a group of us, a network.
Networking group. Yes.
So let's say you are looking for a home somewhere in Queensland.
Okay.
I can attach you to those people.
Mm.
Yes, your agreement is with me, but the late walking, the eyes is there.
Okay.
The person is
gotcha.
there. So there are about 3,000 of us
I see.
in that institute.
Yeah.
So anywhere in Australia, you can say, Fouziah, I would like to have one in Perth lah, because I always go to Perth.
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah.
Can have it one there. We can have a small apartment there, that kind of thing. So I can network you to anybody.
Oh, wow, that's a great advantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with that, assuming with investment property, right?
Investment
Because
property.
different state.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any
Different state.
specific state at the moment that you think, or is it every state is good for investment?
Perth is good.
Perth is good.
There you
That's
go.
a good tip.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes,
Perth
that's
is
a
good.
tip.
Perth
Perth
is
is
good.
good at the moment.
Yeah.
So is it a house, apartment, or? Or doesn't
Investment doesn't matter,
Doesn't matter.
but again, for how do you say, easy maintenance, I would recommend an apartment. Yeah,
and
because
near good location, like
yeah,
university location.
yeah,
or school.
yes,
Okay.
yes. University is the best.
The best.
Alhamdulillah, at least I got
Oh,
one
Alhamdulillah.
tips today.
Yes,
Maybe we should go to it first.
Yes, that's magnificent.
We're
Yes.
back to
Yeah.
Malaysia as well, so that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe we can drop by sometime.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Absolutely.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes. MashaAllah. Thank you so much, Lisa, for your time today.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to put your contact details,
Yeah.
your website, your LinkedIn page, all the things that I've stopped
You
into
don't have
our
to.
YouTube
Don't need.
link. Yeah,
so
thank
much,
you for your
Azri.
time.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Azri,
Assalamualaikum
for having
warahmatullahi
us. Thank
wabarakatuh.
you.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yep.